Well, we're delighted to welcome Mark and Nicolie Coleman to Gymea Baptist Church, and we thought we'd take a few minutes just to get to know them a little bit before we get to know them in depth over the next several weeks, months, years, shall I say, decades. Mark, let's start with you. Where were you born?
I was born in Southampton, England, which is the south coast of England, right in the middle at the centre, just inland from the Isle of Wight. So.
I see. When did you come to Australia and why?
I came to Australia in 2010, I believe, and largely I think I was kind of growing mould in my design job, and it's time for a change, time for kind of change of scenery, and I had some friends out here, so Sydney was the logical choice. So.
Now you ended up studying at Moorland College. What did you study there?
I studied for the MDiv, which is the Masters of Divinity.
Okay. And how did you enjoy that?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
Excellent. Now, Nicolie, you've started a degree at SMBC and have transferred to Moorland. What are you studying there?
I'm doing a Bachelor of Theology.
Okay. And how far into that are you?
So far. This is my 8th part-time year.
Okay.
I'm about 2/3 of the way through.
Okay. All right. What was your favourite subject?
I did an intensive on Isaiah with one of my favourite lecturers at SMBC, and Isaiah is my favourite book.
How did you guys meet?
Well, actually, we met at an engagement party, but Mark doesn't remember meeting me there, so that's not the actual story that we'll go with, but we met at church at Northside, where we were before here.
When and where did you get married?
So we got married at Northside as well. That was earlier this year, the 10th of January. I've remembered that date, sealed in my mind. And yeah, with a whole bunch of our friends there, which is great. Some from England and some from here in Australia.
You've both had lots of jobs. You've had a really varied employment history. Can you tell us a few of the sorts of jobs you've had? And if there's a favourite, which one that would be?
So I have studied design and worked in design. I've worked in product design and graphic design and motion graphic design. I think the most glamorous job was probably product design and working on exciting projects like the first class seat for Virgin Atlantic. So that's my claim to fame. But I've also worked for churches both in London and here in Australia, and have been doing freelance graphic design work as well. And I love to get creative. I love doing that graphic design. So.
Nicolie?
Many and varied. I think I started off in hospitality. I was a bartender for many years, and then I moved into event management. I worked in that for close to 10 years. At the end of 10 years of event management, don't care much for event management, I decided. I think probably my favourite job was as a bartender because it was fun, it was good people, it was always interesting.
Now, I'm going to ask you, how would you describe each other? So, we want to get to know Mark, we want to get to know Nicolie. So, Nicolie, how would you describe Mark? And then I'll ask you the same question about Nicolie. Okay.
Be kind. I think I would describe Mark as kind, thoughtful. He has a slightly strange sense of humour. He's very passionate about justice. And I think, he's very creative.
All right. Mark, your turn.
So Nicolie is adventurous and courageous, and she is caring and loyal, and I found it a great pleasure to kind of see those gifts and skills happen in many areas of her life.
Well done. Nice summary. Now, you've taken up this role. We're really excited to have you guys joining our family here, our congregations, and we're looking forward to get to know you more. You've moved from Manly, Northern Beaches. You've moved down to Cronulla. How are you finding Cronulla?
We are loving Cronulla, and we've only been here for a couple of weeks, but we spent I think one significant weekend, a couple of weekends ago, just hanging around in Cronulla, finding a few cool spots, finding a few things that places where we could go and admire the beauty of the coast. And I think we feel quite comfortable here. I think we both got to the end of that weekend in particular and kind of said to each other that this is a place that we are learning to love, and we're excited by being there. So it's great.
Well, that's excellent. We are, as I said, excited that you guys are here. We look forward to getting to know you all the better in the time to come. So welcome to Gymea Baptist Church.
Thanks so much.